Hayya al-Falah. And among his signs is that he created for you mates from among yourselves, that you may dwell in tranquility with them, and he has put love and mercy between your hearts. Marriage is a sacred contract made before Allah Subhanahu wa ta'ala, and it isn't always easy. It takes some hard work from both sides. Too often in our communities, marriage has become a source of pain and frustration. But what if our marriage became a place of comfort and tranquility? We all face difficulties and challenges in our marital relations. This is a numerous number of times when we get angry at our spouses. Sometimes it is because of the worldly tensions, and other times it is because of personal complaints from each other. Many couples believe that marriage is like the Cinderella fairy tale story, and no change will take place and will live happily ever after. Unfortunately, this is entirely untrue. Many television shows now focus on social relationships and the development of the ideal family. However, this depiction is rarely accurate, and it's bound to cause division amongst their spouses. Spouses so often try to change the other to a version that they would love more. The very qualities that were cute in the beginning turn into something that causes much resentment and contempt. Every marriage sees its shares of ups and downs. Many marriages fail because of the continuous blames that one spouse puts on the other on very trivial matters. The gentler out of the two spouses is the one who has to take in all the blames. This could be both genders, but more often than not, it is the woman who suffers by taking the blame of everything wrong that happens in marriage, even that which she has no hand in. Allah has strictly forbidden us from having assumptions about things and thereafter blaming others. Allah has said in the Quran, "O you who have believed, avoid much negative assumption. Indeed, some assumption is sin." When we are in a relationship of marriage, instead of communicating with our spouse, we take the much easier route of assuming things. When we assume, it means we are not necessarily correct, and that is when things get messy. Assumptions lead to misunderstandings, and misunderstandings lead to bad situations, followed by blame games. The day a husband and wife stop having assumptions about each other, situations, their spouse's doings, that day they will stop blaming each other for everything, and their marriage will be a peaceful one. We as Muslims must realize that Allah has enjoined us to be together in peace and harmony, and to be garments of each other. Continuously blaming each other will not bring about peace and marital life. It is important to clear your mind and think what has gone wrong. Pray to Allah Subhanahu wa ta'ala and ask Him to show you the right path. Perhaps it was your own mistake that led to a disagreement. Perhaps you are the one who needs fixing. And perhaps you are the one who needs to play the "let me fix myself up" game. Like everything in Islam, it is important to embrace the guidance that Allah has given us. So we should work on erasing bad feelings about our spouses by praying to Allah with the companionship of your spouse. And if you ask a Muslim couple to give you a challenge in their relationship, many will say family interference. The stress that family and in-law interference bring to a marriage can be so overwhelming that for some couples it can lead to divorce. As adults, Muslims are responsible for their own choices in life, and even though they may take advice and guidance from their parents, ultimately, accountability falls on the individual for the choices made in life. In-laws who seek to have healthy relationships with their adult children and their children's spouses will respect boundaries established by the couple and will do everything they can to help the couple be independent. The adult relationship between parents and spouses will always evolve and improve with time if family members are open and honest about their feelings and expectations. Communicating and understanding the roles everyone holds in the new family will bring peace to families and help build the bonds that create new memories. Another problem is role confusion and poor communication. According to traditional cultural norms, the male would assume a dominant role in marriage. However, contemporary females are beginning to reduce the subservience of their long-established position in all types of romantic relationships by obtaining employment and increasing their position on previously male-dominated household matters, e.g. finances. This change in the classic marriage format and defiance of traditional views may cause a traditional husband to feel frustration and anger. Each partner tries to outdo the other, and this can have a disastrous effect if the couples do not know when or how to toe the line. When winning and being right becomes more important than having a loving union, then the victory is often hollow and short-lived. Furthermore, not communicating concerns may result in a division between the individuals. Voicing our complaints, criticism, and emotional blackmail are not tools of communication. Effective communication means we listen and we are willing to see the world through the eyes of our partners, and not only our own. If we listen as well as we speak, real connecting would take care of itself. Just as the lack of communication within the marriage can be damaging, a lack of communication before the marriage can also cause conflict. It is important to have an understanding of your partner's opinion and expectation of various issues to avoid couples conflict. Modern lifestyle equals stressful lifestyle. Time is of the essence, and many couples do not manage their time efficiently. Couples are pulled in all directions on a day-to-day basis, except towards each other. Quality time, even if it is just 5 minutes a day, is an essential requirement of marriage. Couples need to regularly reevaluate their relationship in a gentle and honest manner, if only just to know whether they are on the same page or not. The most frequent issue men seem to have is that the focus of the wife changes when the couple have children. It often leads to the husband feeling inadequate and neglected, which in turn leads to lack of intimacy. Couples also allow technology to interfere with their relationship. This is quite rampant, with people texting at dinner, surfing the internet in the evenings, and using their smartphones constantly. As a result, the focus on each other is shifted. Another issue is the lack of trust. Trust is the string that connects the couple together. It takes a lifetime to build trust, but only a moment to break this delicate string. Hiding things from each other, telling lies, gossiping, backbiting about your spouse, sharing personal, intricate information with others all contribute to the loss of trust. Controversies are absolutely a normal part of any relationship, but no matter how big the fight is, one should never lose love and respect for their partner. Maintain the same level of care, even in the hardest of situations, and you'll notice how the anger fades away in no time. Muslim spouses who are committed to each other and to their Creator make every effort to help their partner get closer to Allah. In every dispute, even if one of the partners realizes that their negligence can lower them in the sight of Allah, matters would never go out of hand, and one or the other would immediately make an effort to apologize. Always try to engage in winning Allah's pleasure, together, as a unit, so that you may be granted happiness, not only in this world, but also hereafter. Your partner is an irreplaceable source of spiritual, emotional, mental, and physical comfort to you, whether times are good or bad. Always stay grateful to Allah for each other's companionship. Feeling appreciated by your partner is the fundamental need of every relationship. So just 2 words of praise or a simple thank you spoken in hard times can go a long way in rectifying the situation. Live your life according to the following saying, and you'll find your marital life blooming with happiness. Never let your enthusiasm fade away after marriage. Keep it as alive as it was during the early days, when phone calls didn't used to end before hours. And above all, communication is the best way to let the other person know about your thoughts and complaints. Keeping it buried inside would further give rise to feelings of anguish and hatred. So make a habit to share your worries with your partner and listen to theirs to enhance the mutual feelings of love and understanding. It is the Sunnah of our Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, to joke, flirt, laugh, and compliment his wives, which keeps the relationship alive with joy. Marital happiness is not an unattainable goal. It can simply be achieved by giving your spouse the attention that they deserve and to remain cool in times of distress. The key to a healthy marriage is to stay quiet when one partner is angry. Arguing back would further flare up the dispute that can spoil the peace of your happily married life. The Quran describes this relationship in such beautiful words. They, your wives, are a covering for you, and you, too, are a covering for them.